There's so much streaming gear out there right now that looks flashy, costs a fortune, and honestly ends up collecting dust. So I wanted to do something a little bit different today. These are my top 3 favorite pieces of streaming gear, not based on what's trending or what companies send out, but based on what I actually use every single day on stream and even off stream. If I had to rebuild my setup from scratch, these are the 3 things I'd buy first. Let's start with the Beyerdynamic DT990 Pros. If you've ever used gaming headsets before, then these will be a bit of a shock, but in a good way. They're open back headphones, which means the sound isn't boxed in like closed back ones. Instead, the audio feels more natural and spacious. It's the kind of upgrade that once you hear it, you can't really go back. Whether I'm editing audio, mixing my mic levels, or just listening to gameplay, these give me a really clean, neutral sound that's helped me make better decisions as a creator. They're not bass heavy like a lot of gaming gear, but that's the point. You're hearing the detail, the mids, the highs, the way that stuff's actually meant to sound, which is really useful when you're video editing. Comfort-wise, they're surprisingly good for long gaming sessions. I've done 10+ hour streams with these on and barely even noticed them. The velour pads are a huge part of that. One thing to note, however, is that these are 250 ohms, so you'll need a decent audio interface or a mixer to power them properly. If you plug them into a standard headphone jack, they'll sound quiet and quite flat. But paired with something like the Go XLR, they absolutely shine. Lighting is just one of those things that most streamers overlook. You can have a fancy DSLR camera and a crispy mic, but if your lighting is bad, your stream still looks off. The Logitech LitraBeam LX fixes that in a way that's simple, clean, and honestly, kind of elegant. It's a dual-sided light with a proper adjustable key light on the front and full RGB ambient lighting on the back. So while it's lighting you, it's also lighting the wall behind you and giving your setup some visual depth. That means better contrast, fewer harsh shadows, and a more professional look with basically zero setup effort. I control mine through the Logitech G Hub software and my G915's G keys, but the physical buttons on top are great for quick changes during a stream. It also blends into your desk, no huge softboxes or messy ring lights, just a clean, compact bar that sits perfectly behind your monitor. And for me, since the wall behind my desk is just a boring white slab, the RGB lighting actually gives it a bit of life without needing to stick on any LED strips or have any complicated lighting setups. It's not the cheapest key light out there, but when you consider you're getting both front lighting and ambient RGB in one unit, it's genuinely solid value. I've had the Go XLR for years now, and it's still the most important thing on my desk. This is the gear that holds the rest of the setup together. At its core, it's a digital audio mixer, but it's way more than that. You get 4 faders for controlling your mic, game audio, music, Discord, alerts, whatever you want. And each of these has its own submix, so your audience doesn't have to hear exactly what you hear. That means I can turn up the music in my headphones while keeping it quiet on stream, or mute Discord for the stream while still hearing it myself. That kind of flexibility is so valuable, and you don't realize how useful it really is until you've got it. Now, some people will tell you that the Go XLR is dead because it doesn't get the official updates anymore. But honestly, that's actually made it better in some ways. The device works just fine, and there's solid third-party software like Go XLR Utility that gives you even more control than the original app. And the best part, because people think it's outdated, you can pick one up secondhand for way cheaper than you could before. So while everyone else is waiting for the next big thing, I'm using this rock-solid setup that hasn't let me down in years. It's not cheap, brand new, and of course it's not for everyone, so if you're just using a USB mic, you probably don't need this. But if you are ready to step into the XLR world and you want full tactile control over your audio without diving into messy digital routing, it's still the best all-in-one option out there. Streaming gear can be a bit of a money pit if you're not careful, but these 3 items have genuinely made my streams and my workflow that much better. The DT990 Pros has helped me hear my content properly and make for comfortable long gaming sessions. The LitraBeam LX has made my face cam look actually really good, and my setup too. And the Go XLR might now be the best bargain you can get. If I had to strip everything back to the essentials, these three, they'd still be on the desk. Let me know what your favorite streaming gear is down there in the comments section down below. And of course, if you are looking to pick up any of these items, they will be linked in the description as always. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future reviews, and check out this video on the screen right now for another great video. We'll see you in the next one.